Good evening. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. It is Wednesday, and as promised, this is the webinar series that I appreciate you guys voting on and giving me feedback on what it is that you want, to hear from me, what I can provide to you guys that might be helpful and useful. And I think as you will find, as you go through your own journey, your own fitness journey, your business, whatever it is that you're working on, I think you just kind of over time forget the things that you changed or you did differently or just the shifts that you made over time. And so if there's one thing that I could really encourage you to do, it is really to start documenting your journey. I don't care what it is you're working on. Just start documenting your life. I know so many times people like to give us a hard time for social media and the world that we live in, but it's never been like this before. So haters are going to hate no matter what. Use social media to your advantage. Use it for your own accountability. And that's kind of what I did without even knowing what I was doing at the time. And so it quickly built a network around me of a lot of people. So whenever I meet somebody new and they go to my social media sites and they see how many friends or followers I have, they kind of trip out. But you just have to know, like your following, it's just like anything else. A little bit over time adds up, okay? So just know that even though I'm talking tonight about big shifts, it's never really been a big shift. It's always been small, little shifts stacked up over time. So that's a kind of a reoccurring theme you'll probably hear me touch on a lot tonight. If you don't know really who I am and you found this webinar through a friend or Facebook or Periscope or something like that, my name is Ember Neville. I live in Fort Worth, Texas with my family. I'm a mom of 3. I am a fitness presenter and the founder of Fired Up Fitness, which is a class-centric boutique style fitness studio here in Fort Worth. And we have a ton of fun. And we have a huge ripple effect on the community and the people around us. And so I just want to keep paying that forward and help other people start that ripple effect within their own community. And it starts within your own house. And so that's what I am here to talk to you about tonight, is the big shifts, specifically 5 big shifts that me and my family have made over the past decade or so, that's really helped us transform our entire lifestyle. 10 years ago, what was that? 2006. Wow. Okay. 2006. I can remember very vividly because I had just had DJ. DJ was born in June of 2006. So almost exactly 10 years ago. And so, after you have that last kid, I definitely let the weight pack on, and this is kind of the first big thing that I really want to talk about is your influences. Obviously, whoever, you have to understand, it's all about inflow and outflow. And I believe in the power of attraction. I believe in energies. I believe in what you put out, you get back. I believe in karma. I believe in God. I believe in there's bigger powers at play here. And I believe we all share this common beat, if you will. So this vibe, and whatever you have coming in, that's going to come out. So whatever you are filling your cup with, obviously that's what's going to pour out of you. And at that time in 2006, I was addicted to reality TV. I watched a lot of TV. I was on a lot of internet message boards that were full of drama and gossip. And I hung around with women who were just directly around me because that's what was convenient. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of settling into this lifestyle. And I was just, to me, I was happy. I was just very go with the flow. And I was just going with the flow of life. So there wasn't any real direction happening. I was just going with it. And it wasn't really going anywhere, but really downhill. But slowly, not downhill so fast that you would think anything was wrong with my life. But I can tell you that if we would have continued living that lifestyle, things would not, I can almost guarantee that we probably would have ended up in divorce. Things would have just been, I would have been way, way, way more overweight than at the point that I was. And at that time, I was about 60 pounds overweight after having DJ. And so that was one big shift that happened without me intentionally doing it. So what happened was me and my friends who were all overweight decided around New Year's, because that's when everybody decides they want to get in shape. We decided we're going to lose weight and we're going to do a contest because we need some motivation. So we all put in, like, I think it was like $10 to get in. And there was about 16 women or something that decided that they were going to do this. And we didn't have any personal trainer friends. And there's a few ladies that had a gym membership, but the plan was just, you could do whatever you wanted to do, but the first person to lose 20 pounds would take the pot of money, okay? So we would go to this girl's house on Monday every single week, and we would weigh in, and if you gained weight, then you had to put in more money, and if you lost, then you were good to go. And at that point in time, we were a single car family. I had 3 kids. I was kind of limited, but I was making it work with what I had. So it's not like I could just go get a gym membership or just come and go as I please, because we had 1 car and he would have to drive it to work. So I would have to catch rides with friends. And so that's why I don't blame that weight gain on that, but it really hindered me from being able to really do anything, because it's like, what am I going to do? Go run with my 2 toddlers and a baby like down the sidewalk? Like, it just wasn't happening. And working out at home with kids all up under me, and I was watching other people's kids at the time to pull in extra money. Like, forget about it. Like, working out was just not happening. So I just kind of gave up on it until this challenge came along. And then one of my friends talked me into going to a 24-hour fitness. And then we were able to eventually get another car. And that was like complete freedom for me. So, I mean, obviously you need transportation. That really helps. But once I was able to go to the gym and got my husband to agree to the gym membership, which was another bill, which sometimes takes a little bit of coercing, and I understand that. And so now owning a fitness studio, I hear this all the time, and I totally get it. So communication is key, and you really have to communicate why it's important for you. For me, going to the gym, that was 2 hours of free kids club. So you better believe that I was taking advantage of that opportunity. And I got drug into a group fitness class and was totally turned off to it all at first, and was just, I mean, just the biggest hypocrite, judgmental person that you could probably ever meet, walking in and just like looking around at these girls and these women, and this lady at the front jumping around like a crazy person. I was just like, what is this? And so I would march my happy butt over to the treadmill, and I would watch them through the windows, and I just thought it was crazy. But I kept trying, right? I kept going back to different classes, and my friends would talk me into going. And so it became more of this social connection. If that's where my friends were going to be, then okay, that's where I would go. And finally, I found some classes that clicked. So my influences slowly started to change, you know, because not everybody was going to the gym. Not all of my circle of friends was going to the gym. So slowly, every day, every week, I was consistently surrounding myself with people who took their health and fitness a little more seriously. And so that is my number one big shift that I can share with you guys. If you're taking notes, or you want to share, or you really want to consider, you know, what's happening in your own life, think about who is a part of it. Who's talking to you about your health and fitness? What kind of influences do you have in your life? And I don't think that you need to have just one leader or one mentor when it comes to life, I think you need to have a mentor, a guru, somebody to look up to in all areas of life. In parenting, like now I have, and before I didn't, now I have people that I really look up to, and they're not necessarily celebrities or anything like that. It can be somebody from your church or somebody, a family that you've known for a long time. It could be your parents. I don't know. But I have mentors that I look up to for marriage. People that, and not somebody that's been divorced 5 times. Like, yeah, I'm sure they can tell me a lot of what not to do, but I'm looking to success. I want people who are successfully doing what I want to do. I want to, when it comes to marriage, I want to look at the couple that seems so freaking happy, that old couple that's been married for 50 years. I want to know their tips and tricks. So whenever you're going through this, you're going to have so many different opinions, especially when it comes to weight loss and health and fitness, and so many different ways to do it. I mean, just think about all the different kinds of diets out there, all the different kinds of supplements out there. Think of all the different kinds of gyms and studios out there. So you have to do you. Okay? You're going to have to go through it, trial and error, and figure out what works for you. And you can't hate on yourself whenever you find something that doesn't work. You just know it doesn't work. And that's part of, I think, my what might seem like fast success, because I hear a lot, I've been teaching fitness for 20 years and then I opened a gym, and I've been training for 50 years. And not me. Like, I got into this, I started my weight loss journey in 2008. In 2009, I got certified to teach group fitness. In 2010, I applied to become a master trainer to teach instructors. Only after doing it like less than 2 years, I was like, oh, this is how you do it. And then 2014, 2012, decided to open a studio. 2014, opened a studio. So it all happened to what seems like very fast. Just know there's been a lot of mistakes and a lot of failures in that very short amount of time. I like to do things big, hard, and if I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail big and hard and fast. I'm going to learn. I'd rather learn fast. Let's go. Let's learn. Let's do it. So you've got to be able to trip and get back up and dust it off and get over yourself and move on. You're going to try different think about nutrition specifically, because this isn't a part of like my 5 big shifts tonight. And I know that a lot of you guys are probably expecting some kind of big nutrition, like, whatever, like she's going to tell me to stop eating this and it's going to magically change. I'm not going to tell you to stop eating meat or stop eating dairy, or you guys know that I've done that. That is a big part of my shift, but not eating meat, that's not right for everybody. Oh, shocker. I know. I can't believe you said it, but I've just figured out what doesn't work for me over time. Like, I would eat, here's how that all came about. It wasn't some big ethical or something that made me stop eating meat. It was going to those classes, like, because I was hitting classes hard, especially when I was losing my weight. I was going to the barbell class and then a turbo kick class back to back. And so whenever I would eat a huge pork chop dinner or a hamburger dinner or any kind of red meat specifically, the next day, like during my workout, I would be miserable. And so I started playing around with what I was eating when, and started figuring things out. And now I know, like, man, if I could have read this book, that would have been super helpful and would have saved me a lot of time. But you know what? Then again, I'm kind of glad that I figured it out on my own, And I want to encourage you guys to listen to what people are telling you and suggesting to you. See if it feels right for you, then try it. If it works, then do it. So your influences are important. Remember that success leaves tracks. So look to those people who are already doing what you want to do, and then simply start putting those habits into place within your own life. You don't want to clone them, right? Because you don't have the same body, you don't have the same mind, but what are their habits? What time do they work out? How much sleep do they get each night? What does their lifestyle look like? And here's another thing, like, if you want to be a bodybuilder, then listen to a bodybuilder's way of eating. If you want, think about those kind of things. Like, I'm not going to eat like a bodybuilder, or I'm not going to eat like, my news feed and my Instagram, you're not going to see me with a bunch of meat eaters. Like, if you fill your inflow, you understand what I'm saying now? Because remember, everything that comes in comes out. So even your social media networks, like your news feed, if it doesn't align with where you want to be, then get it out of your news feed. If you've got a bunch of complainers and you've got a bunch of negative people, like, hide them from your news feed. Fill the inflow with what you want the outflow to be. Okay, so number one is your influences. Number two is you have to be intentional with your personal development, mind, body, and soul. And before we started focusing on our health and fitness, Darren and I both, especially me, I don't read books. I was never trying to, get out there and learn things. I dropped out of college, so after that, I never really read books until I started hanging out with people who were doing things and told me that this is important and you need to feed your mind, right? You need to be learning constantly. So you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it, or it's going to be the last thing on your list of things to do, right? Because it's the easiest thing to leave off of your day, off of your plate. Reading books, listening to audiobooks, going to conferences, going to trainings, going to special events, hanging around with people who are super smart that make you uncomfortable, right? Like, that's where you need to be. So I hear people, because I help people a lot with their goals and goal setting and following through and accomplishing goals. And so I'll hear a lot like, something very vague, like, I want to be a better mom. I want you to be so specific with your personal development. What does that mean? If you want to be a better mom, how so? Because to me, it looks like you're a great mom, so how can we measure that? I want you to start setting intentional goals for yourself and your life, because before this whole lifestyle started, like, I wasn't setting goals. Nobody had ever, and this isn't a blame shift by any means, but nobody had ever really taught me how to set goals and execute them. How to define goals, specifically SMART goals, how to reverse engineer them into measurable action steps that then transfer to my calendar, how to set up layers of accountability, how to set goals in all areas of life. Nobody had ever done that with me before. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. If you don't know how to set goals, if you've never done that, if you've never been through that process, if you've never actually defined something and then followed all the way through and actually executed it and accomplished a goal, then message me. Let's work together. Let's see what's possible, because I can guarantee you we all have potential that we're not living up to. Okay? So number one is your influences. Number two is you have to be intentional with your personal development. Be specific with your goals and don't set light goals. I want you to set heavy goals. Put some weight behind them, things that scare you. And this is just a nice little plug here. This Saturday, if you're local, Jennifer Roach and I are hosting a vision board workshop at Fired Up Fitness at 1:00. So if you want to get into setting specific goals and really, if you're a visual person like I am, and you need to see something to remind you of something every day, like a vision board can change your life. So I know it can seem cheesy and cliche or whatever, but just trust me on that. So be intentional with your personal development. I have a whole list of books and things that I could recommend, but I'm only going to give you one tonight, and that is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. This is what my team is currently reading, and I love this book. Okay, so your influences. Number one, be intentional with your personal development. That's number two. Number three is you have to equip yourself. I think about all of the different tools and resources that I now use every day that I didn't have before. And yes, some of them are an investment, but that's the whole thing, is either you're going to invest in your health and your well-being now, or you're going to be paying for it later, one way or another, right? So here are, this can go all over the place, but I wanted to write down 5 main tools that I feel are important that I've had to equip myself with, and Darren as well. You're going to, if you're wanting to lose weight, like that's what I assume most people are kind of coming here. They've seen my transformation pictures, or they've heard my weight loss story. And so especially if you have 20 pounds or more to lose, this is for you. Okay. So you're going to need the right tools and equipment. And I'm not saying go out and get all of this stuff all at once, but that would be a fun day. So you're going to need some kind of workout system or routine, whether that means, I know I grew up in a town where there were no gyms, there were no group fitness, we didn't have that option. So either you're going to have some kind of workout system at home, DVDs, if you're a runner, then a running routine, a trail that you run. You're going to need some kind of system, a gym, classes that you go to. Do you ride your bike, jump rope? Like, you've got to have some kind of system. Okay. So you're going to need to put a workout system, a routine program together. And that can be everywhere from free to hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So it's an investment, whether you are investing in a gym membership or a workout system at home, programs, whatever, and I can help you on all levels there. Number 2 is a high-powered blender. Okay. My top choice is Vitamix. My second choice would be a Ninja. I've had both. I started out with a Magic Bullet, which is one of the individual just travel sized blenders. I think you can get them for like $40-50. That's what I started out with, and I used that for several years, and then finally got a Ninja. Paid, I think, probably over $100 for that, close to 200 maybe. Used that until it crapped out on me after a while, and then invested in a Vitamix, which I think I got off Amazon for not as much as I thought I was going. Like, I stalled and waited because I thought it was going to cost me like $300-400, but it wasn't that much. And I use it literally every single day. I use it mostly for smoothies, because what I found, when you start working out and eating right, you have to eat more. There's this big misconception, I think, in the weight loss world, especially when you're first getting started. To lose weight, you need to eat less. Well, yeah, you need less crap. You need to eat more healthy stuff. So if you're trying to pack in a lot of dense nutrients and a lot of calories, and me, I'm a tall girl, and I have to eat a lot of calories to fuel all of this awesomeness, right? So smoothies, I have found, are the easiest way to get in a lot of calories easily, right? So you can drink your calories. So I pack in spinach, like 4 hand cups. Yeah, that's a good, 4 hand cups. 4 hand cups of spinach. Shut up, Courtney. 4 hand cups of spinach and like ice, frozen bananas. I of course use Shakeology. I've used that since 2009. I love it. So a scoop of that, peanut butter, and every flavor, I make them pretty much all the same. 4 hand cups of spinach, almond milk, ice, frozen banana, scoop of Shakeology, peanut butter. You can get crazy and throw some chia seeds in there. Dates. Like my shake, it's like 32 ounces of 1,000 calories, and it's delicious. Okay. And you can put sprinkle some sliced almonds on top, or some like granola for a crunch. Girl, Kathleen, it's like ice cream, sister. I'm not even messing with you right now. Okay. So a blender. The third thing to equip yourself: workout clothes. Get yourself a good sports bra, sister. Get yourself a good sports bra, because I know how frustrating it can be. Like, I was that girl. I was that girl in the back of the classroom, closest to the door, with a sports bra that I'd probably had for 10 years since high school, that was way outstretched and probably nursed 3 kids through it. Like, things were, and big baggy t-shirt, probably my husband's short. Like, I was that girl. And I can tell you, I don't care what size you are. I don't care what you look like, what you think you look like. When you've got a new workout outfit with some new shoes and a new sports bra, girl, you got the best workout of the week happening is what you've got, okay? So it doesn't have to be Lululemon. It doesn't have to be $80 pair of yoga pants and $120 pair of shoes. Like, you can work it affordable. I am an affiliate. Like, I will totally take your referral. But my favorite thing too is the whole Fabletics thing. I love the Fabletics thing. Like, I kind of questioned it at first. Like, is this going to be good quality? But I hate shopping. And so to have like all done for me and I can just pay $49 a month and I get a whole complete outfit, like, that to me is worth it because I'm going to use it, right? So you need proper attire, clothes, workout shoes are really important. Make sure that you are investing into your feet. You've got to take care of your feet. So you need to have workout shoes and clothes. Number 4, you need to have some kind of coach, trainer, mentor, guide, guru, friend, a friend that's like fitness is just ingrained in them and it's just part of what their life is. Someone that's, because for me, believe it or not, I don't like working out. Okay. I know. Shocker. What? I can't believe it. Like, if you just know me over the past year, you're like, what? Yeah, girl, you got to pay me. Okay. Like, you saw how fast that happened. I was like, oh yeah, what? You guys are going to pay me to teach this class and you're going to give my husband a free gym membership and my kids can come here for free and you want to pay me to do this? Okay, I'll do that. So you literally have to pay me to show up to work out now. And now, like, I own the place. So, like, literally now I really have to show up. You know what I mean? So you need to have somebody. I'm just kidding, you guys. I love working out so much. But I like making my workouts fun. That's the thing. Like, I got to have a good beat and good music. I'm getting off topic. But you've got to have a coach or mentor, someone that's going to push you, especially if you struggle with pushing yourself. So find yourself a tribe, a community, a coach, a trainer, someone that's going to help hold you accountable to those fitness goals, and help give you a little bit of direction and guidance. And you guys, you're never going to get to the point when you don't need that. Like, I probably have more coaches and trainers and mentors now than I've ever had, because like I said, I have to have them in every single area of life, and I have multiple in some, right? So I've got business coaches that are helping me keep it all together. I've got a whole team of people helping me keep my business together. Make sure that you don't get caught in that trap as you go, and start surrounding yourself with influential and motivational people who are doing all these great things. Because if you start comparing yourself and your life to their highlight reel without realizing that they probably have a whole team of people behind them helping them take those awesome pictures and put those awesome graphics together and that website and like all this amazing stuff that's happening, a house cleaner, like, don't think anybody's got it all together, because they don't. Nobody does. Okay. Don't get trapped in that comparison trap. The 5th thing is support and accountability. It kind of goes right along with the coach thing, but I do believe in like having like a coach, mentor, trainer, somebody that you can go to and be like, okay, here's where I am. Here's where I want to go. What do you think I should do? And then I also believe in having support and accountability as a whole around you, your family, your friends. Are they a supportive group as a whole, or are they kind of a group mass that kind of like brings you down, and like you are the one positive person in your whole like family unit that's like on the up and up? Like, things are going to have to shift a little bit. And that brings me to number 4, big shift: communication. I see this a lot. Like, women want to start getting healthy, making these big shifts. They get really excited. They start hanging out with new women. It's exactly what I went through, right? But then either husband, spouse, family, mom, dad start be like kind of getting resentful or a little question like what's happening, because a lot of people don't deal with change very well. So let's just be very clear from the get-go on why this is happening, on why you're joining the gym, on why you're buying this new brand of milk, on why you're not watching this TV show tonight, on why you're jumping on this webinar with this weird girl who talks a lot, on you have to start communicating why it's important to you. Nobody can argue with how you feel. So if you feel negative or you feel, you know, not so great about certain parts of your life and you aim to improve that by taking certain steps, you have to communicate that, because not everybody can read your mind all of the time. Okay? So it's going to feel like you're very redundant. It's going to feel like you have to repeat yourself a lot, but it's just, you have to keep it simple and explain what you get out of whatever it is that you're doing. There is a direct reaction to everything that you do. So you have to communicate that weekly schedule that you set out for yourself. If you're going and leaving the house, you know, a couple nights a week or in the mornings, or you're going with your kids or whatever, make sure that you have that central command system in your house where you have a family calendar where you write out what mom's schedule is this week, where she's going to be, what's going on, what the menu is for the week. Here's how you can keep most men and kids happy. Keep them fed. Keep them fed, keep the house clean. You know what? I don't like cleaning the house. So I wanted to get to the point where I could have somebody else come clean the house. I wanted to increase my self-worth, my value, to where my time was worth more than $10 an hour, so that I could pay somebody to come in 2 hours a week, 20 hours or more, whatever, to do a little few things around the house so that I could do more to increase my worth. So a little bit over time, I would just start increasing my worth, doing more. And before fitness, I was in scrapbooking. Like, that was what I was into. And so just go with where you feel led and where you feel passionate. I know, Chantal, you're into, you know, taking care of animals. Like, go with the flow of where you feel led, but make sure that you have some kind of direction, that you're not just free flailing out there. You know what I mean? So my fourth thing is communication. Make sure you're communicating with those who are closest to you why these big shifts that you're trying to make are so important, so that they can get on board and become a part of your support team. My last thing is your will. You know, the whole saying, where there's a will, there's a way. But think about like your dying will. You know, like, you know that stuff's going to happen. And where there is a will, there is a way. You have to make decisions. A lot of people are very indecisive when it comes to living life, especially a life by design. So I want to encourage you to start making more decisive decisions for yourself and to actually follow through. And don't be afraid to fail, and don't be afraid of looking stupid, because if you are communicating those important whys and reasons of why you are doing what you do to those people who are closest to you, when you fail, it's not going to matter, because they're going to understand what you're trying to do, and they're going to lift you back up, and they're going to support you, and they're going to keep you going. So don't be afraid of looking stupid. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with amazing influences. My recording is almost up, so I'm just wrapping this up real fast. Be intentional with your personal development. Get a plan for your personal development together. Equip yourself with the right tools. Communicate and decide what it is that you want to do. For me, it was, I wanted to lose 20 pounds. That was the first step. So it was baby steps up to that. Once I did that, it was time to reevaluate. So go into season. Right now, let's focus to spring break. Here's one last thing before we go. I want you guys to go here and leave me some feedback on the webinar tonight. Will you please do this for me? Go to tinyurl.com/firedupfeedback. And if you're watching the recording, if you could do this too. Thank you guys so much for jumping on tonight's recording. I will definitely be doing another series on another topic. Thank you. And feel free, once I post the recording, to share that. And hopefully everybody will go here and leave me some feedback. And I would love if you would also share your ideas for big shifts that you have made in your life, or if you resonated with any of the big shifts that I talked about tonight. Signing off. You guys have a great night, and I hope to see you again very soon.